Once again, it's me, BR, also known as the Great One, and I'm coming at you with another live stream of Fallout 4 Far Harbor. Right now, I'm gonna go. In the last live stream, you saw me meet Kenji Nakano and his wife Ray, and their daughter Kasumi's missing, and I found out that she went to a place called Far Harbor. But she didn't stop there. She went to a synth colony because she believes she is a synth.
Have you finished your investigation? Did you find anything?
Time to tell,
I think I know where Kasumi went. A place called Far Harbor.
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. There's no time to waste. You have to go after her.
Wait, did you find out why she left, Detective? Who she was speaking to?
What does it matter?
Because I know my daughter, and if she didn't tell us where she went, then she had a reason. Don't you want to know if she wants to be found?
You're right, Detective. Did you find any clue to why Kasumi left home?
Your daughter made contact with a group of synths. She thinks she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a synth. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her. She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
Maybe your daughter is just confused. Having an identity crisis.
Oh, God. Does she even think we're still her parents?
This is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind. You have to get to Far Harbor. Take my ship on the dock. It has a guidance system, a final gift from my father, and it's built for distance.
I'll get to the bottom of this, Kenji.
Thank you. I know you haven't asked for a payment, and we can't offer much. But here, please take it. I insist. For expenses, if nothing else.
I know it'll be hard waiting for word, but try to carry on like normal. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Fine, Kasumi. Please.
Alright, so time to go to Far Harbor and find out what's really going on with Kasumi Nakano. And hopefully I can bring her back safely to her parents, who are worried sick about her. So, walk over to the boat controls and just activate it. Yes, I'm going to leave the Commonwealth. Fantastic voyage. Slide, slide, somebody slide. And yeah, the boat has an automatic steering thing right there next to me. This machinery is actually steering the boat, so I don't have to. So I am free to walk around the boat as much as I want. And don't worry, Nick Valentine is still with me, but he disappears when you get on the boat and then reappears on the boat after the loading screen once you finally get to Far Harbor. Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a robot workbench. And yes, you can create your own robot companions in this game if you have the Mechanist DLC, where the robot workbench comes from. Now, the Mechanist DLC, it's pretty easy to get through, except for when you have to fight the Mechanist, because depending on how you're playing, if you're playing... Well, anyway, you have a long fight of robots that just keep coming and coming and coming at you, and they keep getting stronger the more that comes, so, yeah. The Mechanist DLC has a difficulty spike. The difficulty raises so high that it's unbearable at times. And I've died quite a few times on the 3 other Mechanist DLC plays that I've done.
I wasn't expecting nobody. Next shipment's 3 days out. Wait, that's not one of mine.
Jesus, ease up, Alan. We got visitors.
Mainlanders ain't nothing but trouble.
Put the damn gun down.
Now Nick, he done went off his own way.
Are you lost? This is Far Harbor. We don't get many visitors around here.
We don't need no freeloaders or more help, Mainlander. So you can get back in your boat and leave.
Alan, this isn't your dock. It belongs to the whole town. And that means strangers are welcome. Sorry, you've caught us during the a difficult time. But Alan's got a point. Not all visitors have good intentions. So, what's your business here?
A young woman from the Commonwealth named Kasumi may have passed through here. Her family hired me to find her.
Some sort of detective, huh?
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
she came through here all right.
At least we know she made it this far.
Damn it. Mariners incoming.
Something's coming through the fog!
You, help us defend the town, and I'll answer any questions you have. Take a post at the top of the wall, near the main gate. The hall never lets us down. Now follow me! Be
Yes,
careful on the
ma'am.
hall, stranger. Don't fall off. If you do, we might not be able to rescue you in time.
Yeah, you do not want to fall off of this.
Man the hall! Something's out there.
You sure you saw something?
This ain't a drill!
These creatures are
Eyes
pretty
peeled,
nasty.
everyone!
The gate! Open the gate! I've got wounded out here!
Mariner?
There's no time. Look to the fog. They're coming.
Looking to the fog,
Oh,
left
God!
and right.
Defend yourselves!
Radio! Fire at will!
And here are some of the crazies. You got gulpers. They're kind of like humanoid salamander creatures. And then you got anglers, which are angler fish that grew arms and legs. And they're kind of humanoid creatures also.
For it now!
And I just leveled up. Kind of funny like. Well, I didn't level up. I just got more XP because my intelligence is low. And I cannot see the enemy over there. It's... I'm trying not to shoot friendlies while I'm taking these guys out. And yeah, a legendary Goldberg.
Last mistake you'll ever make! Lights out for you!
Legendary enemies usually have pretty good loot in them some of the time. Where you go, Gulper? Where'd you go?
This ain't nothing!
Can't see it. I should probably go where I can see where... And Avery's blocking the path, so I can't exactly see where I'm going. Can't get over her either. Alright. I think that's all of it.
No. Eyes on the fog.
Nope,
Something's
there's
coming.
more. And here's some anglers, like I was mentioning earlier.
The hall!
So the gulpers, they spit some kind of thing at you
Even break a sweat.
while trying to bite you.
Not that it's an option.
We're clear.
All right. Well done, all. Open the gate!
Alright, gonna go talk to Captain Avery.
Captain Avery's all right, I guess.
We take it one day at a time.
Avery,
And now you see what we're up against. The fog and the creatures it spits out have taken the whole island from my people. But for your help when we needed it, you deserve this.
if you managed to survive despite all that, you must be tough.
Ornery, more like.
I'm done cowering behind your damn hull, Avery. Time you let me deal with the real problem. With the right people and my guns, I can end those Children of Adam cultists for good.
The fog's been here forever. The children didn't make it.
Before the Rat Eaters came, the fog was under control. They come, and it all goes wrong. It's time we do something.
No need to burden the stranger with all this
Hey
nonsense.
Jeanette, how are you tonight?
Can we get back to business?
Sorry for all that. You're here for Kasumi, right? She headed inland to the Synth Refuge, Acadia. Getting there will be dangerous. You'll need a guide. Old Longfellow. No one knows the fog like him. But, word of warning, he's a bit of an acquired taste.
Thanks for the info.
Best place to look for Longfellow's at the bar. The last plank. And, please, lend a hand around town if you're able. Even if it's slapped away. People like the Mariner and Cassie and others need help. And let me say something you might not hear again. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, Captain Avery. So I could go ahead and follow the storyline, but I'm gonna go ahead and help the people around this town instead.
The hull took a battering, to be sure. But she wouldn't be standing at all if it weren't for you. They call me the Mariner, shipwright, handyman, and the only one keeping the harbor afloat. Well, beside Captain Avery.
The town's lucky you're here.
You blowing smoke up my sails.
No, ma'am.
But there is... I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend a hand. In order to do proper repairs, I need tools. Specialized tools. And they won't be easy to come by. 450 caps if you can, though.
I'll help.
Sign me up. I'll help.
Eagles Cove Tannery. Tools are certain to be there. Now get.
Alright, so I'm gonna be grabbing a bunch of side quests here, actually.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand cannons.
Fresh shipping. Go talk to this lady over here.
You're that mainlander who just got here. Better watch yourself, cause this island sees and hears everything you do. I should know. I watched the island tear down the greatest family that ever set foot in Far Harbor. It's a tale of greed, blood, and vengeance.
Sounds interesting. I'd like to hear it.
I thought you might say that. My family, the Daltons, was the pride of Far Harbor for generations, even back before the war. It was lumber and fishing that made the Daltons rich. But they got greedy, took too much from the island. The island's been getting revenge ever since, killing us off one by one. I'm the last Dalton still standing. But now our story takes an unexpected turn. A mysterious stranger comes to Far Harbor. Someone strong, someone capable. With the stranger's help, the last living Dalton finally has a chance to avenge her bloodline once and for all.
Let me guess. I'm the mysterious stranger who's gonna help you avenge your family.
You're a quick one. Good. You'll need your wits about you, because your part in the story is filled with danger. Now, on to the first chapter in our tale of vengeance. That would be the sad story of freckle-faced Petey. Petey was my cousin. He was a good lad, never caused trouble. He thought all those freckles brought him luck, but, well, not so much. He was out foraging at the National Park campground when the island sicked some feral ghouls on him. Island's a sneaky bastard when it wants to be. Anyway, he made it back to town, but died from his injuries that night. Course, those ferals are still out there, waiting to kill the next poor fool who comes along. Damn shame that.
Those ghouls are as good as dead.
Good. It's long past time those shamblers paid for what they did to Petey.
I think we ought to talk.
Alright, Nick.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, anything you want to know?
What do you remember about the Institute?
It's all pretty hazy from back then, but now and then I get glimpses. Life inside the Institute, they keep you isolated. A single test chamber was my whole world for years, and someone was always watching. Then one day you wake up on the other side, and that's it. They've cut you loose. Welcome to the brave new world, with such people in it.
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war. Faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Clothes make the man and all that. Guess I felt they made me the man I wanted to be.
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. My memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. The local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
Yep, kinda am, Nick.
Remember,
Sorry.
the island's always watching.
Alright, so, that's part of the story of Nick Valentine. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull that quest off. Turn Walk in the Park off. So I'm gonna do a Hull Breach and Blood Tide. So these quests, the first one's over here at the National Park Campground, and the other one's way over here at this place. So
Be careful out there.
I'm going to go destroy the ghouls. But first, I'm going to show you all these creatures out here, and I'm going to loot these bodies for ammo, of course.
We'll be taking that.
Need general supplies? Visit the bait shop.
So yeah, I'm going to go into first-person mode so you guys can see this thing. Yeah, here's one of the gulpers. Like I said, it's like a salamander that grew that ended up being a humanoid kind of thing. And this legendary one actually has a legendary weapon in it, but I don't want the weapon, so I'm just gonna exit. And here's one of the anglers. These things are nasty when you see them out in the wild. They're really nasty. So are the gulpers too, though. So, and these are not the only enemies to worry about in the fog, because there are so many more enemies in the fog. It's crazy. And I'm probably going to end up running into some of the enemies pretty soon in this little part of the town, actually. And yeah, the fog, it gives you radiation poison, unfortunately. So yeah, these guys, these are trappers. They used to be crab fishermen until the fog made them crazy. And now they attack anything and everything that they see. And this town right here is full of these guys. Coastal armor. Defense. A lot less than that. Oh, crap.
What else you
There's
got?
a dude up there and a dude over here, too. So I'm going to take down this one. Yep, that's right.
The fog will get you. Gets everyone.
And I just got shot with a some kind of rifle. You can see a spear sticking out of me right there. There's an enemy in here, and I'm gonna. Oh crap! I am taking a lot of damage from that. Oh, it's a harpoon gun he's shooting at me. That's right. Yeah, they have harpoon guns. So right now I'm trying to find my way up on top of that building to kill that dude with a harpoon gun, so that I may take the harpoon gun from him. Yeah.
Speak to you.
I guess the only way up is right here. And yeah, I am horrible when it comes to climbing up diagonal things. Hey, I did it! Sweet. Now I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Good job, Nick. Alright, harpoon gun. What's the damage? Yeah, I will be taking the harpoon gun. Alright. Now I'm going to equip the harpoon gun so I don't have to constantly swap it out and everything else. I'm going to favorite the harpoon gun and favorite the harpoon gun over there. Now the harpoon gun, when you actually get to use it, it doesn't do all that. It's not really that great. But I do not like fighting these. Like when the enemies use certain weapons, that they do a lot of damage to you, but when you get the weapons, they're kind of meh. What's the point?
What's that?
Yeah. And you have a new kind of ghoul here called fog ghouls. These things are nasty. They have a lot of health, and not only do you have the fog doing radiation damage to you, you also have these things that'll do radiation damage to you as well. And you can actually see where I'm getting radiation poison, that red bar in my health bar in the bottom left of the screen. So sometimes when there's ghouls like that, there's things that they're protecting. And yes, there is a weapon on this game called the Broadsider. It is a handheld naval cannon. Now, I would really love to get a Broadsider, but I don't think I'll be able to, sadly, because I don't actually know where to find it. So yeah, it's a portable naval cannon that you can sit there and shoot cannonballs at people with. It's hilarious. Alright, I am almost to the park. And yes, I do like to check every building, just in case. So yeah, up the hill I go. And there's this creature on here. It's a boss monster called a fog crawler. It is a ginormous praying mantis. Yep. Right now I'm doing Skyrim mountain climbing. Those of you who played Skyrim know what I'm talking about. Where you just jump up the mountain and everything. Instead of running around it and such. And they're, oh crap, chameleon death claws. Yeah, so there's a new type of death claw here in this Far Harbor DLC called a chameleon death claw. They are death claws that can use stealth. They have a natural stealthing ability, like a chameleon actually does. And those yeah, so I shot that ghoul just to make sure it was dead. Yeah, there's a few enemies on here that actually scare me pretty good, and some of them are ghouls, like ghouls that come out of nowhere. Just, I don't know, like they get the surprise scare on. It's pretty fun, actually. Alright, I took care of the ghouls. Now I'm gonna go to the tannery. And I do not remember what is in the tannery, as far as enemies go. Yeah, I try to get like 2 quests done on this place at a time. That way I can speed up the questing. Yeah. And over the hill and through the woods to the tannery I go. Yeah. And here we go, the long stretch. Looks like I found something here. But don't care what that was. I'll probably check that out later. And no, I've not 100% explored the Far Harbor DLC on any playthrough before. And I'm pretty sure I won't be doing that on this playthrough either. And what do you know? A Red Rocket. A gas station. Diner? Yeah, diner gas station. Red Rocket Diner gas station place. I would go in there, but knowing my luck, it's probably landmine all the crazy. And I really don't feel like blowing up. Or getting blown up. Yeah. Oh, Nick, your footsteps scared me. And yeah, on this game, you can set how loud the footsteps are and such. And, some, like, when an enemy's getting real close to you, the footsteps get louder and faster for some reason. And, my companion, Nick, his, footsteps got really loud. And I thought there was a ghoul or something behind me. So here we are at the tannery. Now, I believe there are going to be ghouls in here. I think. It's either ghouls or mirelurks. Yeah, it's either ghouls or mirelurks. One of the two. So here we are, Eagles Cove Tannery. And it looks like ghouls.
Welcome to your last stand.
Alright, shoot the ghouls. Yes, there are ghouls in this tannery. This one's asleep, waking up. No, it's dead. Alright. Eagles Cove Tannery. I believe there are some pretty good loot items on the outside of the building, but I'm not really too worried about it, actually. And that just alerted the ghouls to my presence. I'm going to keep the stream going, but I'm going to take a short bathroom break real quick. Sorry, but I can't hold it no longer. So I'll be back in a few minutes, I promise. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to take a bathroom break real fast. I'm going to leave the stream going, though. I'll be back. Alright, everybody. Sorry about that. I really had to take a bathroom break. Sorry. And I'm going to be lockpicking this advanced lock and probably fighting the ghouls behind the door. Trying to get the right angle on it.
It's like watching a conduct.
Hey, oh, doggone. I went to check and see if my mic was working and oh, that scared me. Alright. Thought that said rat away. Take that ammo. Take that ammo. And an expert lock to safe. Doggone. I don't have enough. Ooh, leather. I do need that. Yeah, so I need leather for something. Yeah. And time to run around, look for more, look for this, thing I need. And here come more ghouls. See, they're coming from everywhere. The rafters.
Someone's coming. Not exactly subtle, pal.
Yeah, these things, really kind of make me jump a little bit.
Now you got it.
And there's one. Oh, it's
go! That's the last of them.
Yep, that's the last of them so far. So, look up there. I think there's I'm just gonna go. I'm supposed to. And I think that there's gonna be a boss ghoul in here somewhere.
We're in for it now.
Yeah. That one's. Yep, there's a glowing one. These things, it's not boss level, I'm actually higher level. So, this one, called the glowing one, anytime you stand next to it, you get radiation poison. And anytime it hits you, it also gives you radiation poison.
Alright.
What do you mean, Savage Girl? I'm confused. I used to play Ark Survival Evolved, but the game that I'm been talking about a lot is Monster Hunter World. It comes out next Friday on PS4. 7 days. Can't wait. Yeah, Monster Hunter is going to be the only game that I'll be playing when it comes out. I'm going to end up deleting everything else off my PS4. Yeah. Oh, cannot fast travel while inside a building. Alright. I keep forgetting this is not Elder Scrolls. It's Fallout 4. There's a difference. See, on Elder Scrolls Online, you can teleport from anywhere as long as you have money to do so. And no, I'm not talking about real life money. I'm talking about in-game currency. But the bad thing is, the more that you teleport without being at a way shrine, the more money it's gonna cost each time. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so I had to go outside so I could teleport back to Far Harbor and turn in these 2 quests here. Ooh, there. And back to Far Harbor. But yeah, Savage Girl, if you want, check out Monster Hunter World on YouTube. I cannot wait. Ark Survival Evolved, it's pretty much like Jurassic Park, but it's kind of like Jurassic Park, but you're on an island or whatever. And like the map is freaking huge. Like you can sit there and tame dinosaurs. You can make them where you can ride them after you tame them. You can have them set up for defense or offense. You can have them set up to whenever something gets near your base, you can set them to aggressive and they'll attack anything that comes near your base. Or you can put them on follow the leader, which means they'll follow you wherever you go, or one of your tribe members. And yeah, you can have tribes or clans in that game too.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs. Get them while they're in stock.
Food, stim packs, fully stocked.
So yeah, I'm gonna go talk to this lady over here and pick up another quest.
Whatever.
Her and then
The fog.
same
It's
thing
dangerous,
with the
okay? Those feral ghouls come at you quick. Poor Petey learned that the hard way.
So yeah, this lady is pretty much why I had
wiped
to
out
go
the feral
fight
ghouls at the campground.
At
The
the
hero
campground.
of our saga returns triumphant. Ha ha! I bet the island didn't see that coming. It's only right you get paid for your troubles. Here's 200 caps for you.
I wasn't looking to get paid. I'm just happy to help you out.
You're a good person. I can see that. I've been thinking about what's next, and then it came to me. We all love our grandparents, don't we? Kind, gentle, doting, love to spoil you. You'd never want something awful to happen to them. Nobody would. That's why it broke my heart when I lost Grandpa George.
What happened to him?
He had a farm, little ways north of here. Lived a peaceful life, working the land and not causing anyone trouble. The island sent something after him. A huge monster, mean as spit and with claws to snap steel beams. A fog crawler. Grandpa bravely stood his ground, a shotgun in his hands, holding off that terror while the farmhands fled back here. If you can take out that shell-backed devil, it'll send a message loud and clear that says the Daltons never forget when they've been wronged.
Yeah,
That
so a
fog
fog
crawler's
crawler
gonna
is
pay
a
for Grandpa
gigantic
George.
That's
praying
the
mantis.
spirit.
It's pretty scary looking up close. Which means I'm going to try to fight it from a distance. Yeah. So I'm going to go over here and
Mariner
turn
says
this
the fog's alive.
quest into the Mariner.
So mind what you say.
She'll give me
You
another
been to the
quest.
tannery? You find my tools yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Here are your tools.
A fair bit of luck running into you. Here's your reward. Well earned. And now to work on the hull.
Alright, so there's actually a hull breach 1, 2,
You ain't
and
armed. You
3.
ain't long for this world. Buy my guns.
So yeah, I'm gonna look at my map over here and find out exactly how. Oh, and up there is where the farm is. So I am gonna be going to the Eagles Cove Tannery, fast travel, and just go northeast. Yes. So yeah, this tells you about the trappers, like I was telling you earlier. So yeah, I kind of feel bad for the trappers, but I kind of don't in a way. Yeah. So the trappers, like it said, they used to be normal hunters and trappers until the scary stuff they saw and the fog drove them insane. Which I understand.
Doing cartwheels too.
Yeah, my thingamabob is doing cartwheels, Nick, but you're immune, and I don't need Rataway yet, so we're good. Alright. So yeah, the whole time you're in this Far Harbor place, you're gonna get radiation poison. You're gonna get radiation damage no matter what, so. And here are these will attack you no matter what if they see you. So and this thing does radiation damage when it's next to you and when it hits you as well. So many enemies do both of those. Yeah. And you can see my radiation damage is kind of picking up a little bit. And here's a glowing mirelurk. Do not like mirelurks, not one bit. Because these things, you have to shoot them in their shell or... Oh, crap. So yeah, the best way to kill these... it's really hard to shoot these little ones, so the best way to kill them is with a heavy attack. And I am going to be pulling out my handy-dandy missile launcher. And hoping I don't blow myself up while trying to shoot this here fog crawler. Alright. Oh, here it is. It's fighting a mirelurk hunter. There it is, the fog crawler. And I think my missile launcher just made it mad. Yeah, so, oh, minigun.
You're in for it now.
So yeah, I'm setting this thing on fire with everything. Awesome. Doggone it. Trying to... I am stuck. Well, I found Dalton Farm. And this thing is trying to run away. Crap, super mutants. Oh, that thing scared the heck out of me. I did not expect it to do that. Alright. That scared me pretty good. Take that ammo, and I'm gonna go ahead and use a stim pack to refill my health, and that will be flipping righteous authority, my energy weapon. Alright, so all I gotta do now is go back to Far Harbor and turn in the quest to Miss Dalton, or Cassie Dalton. Couldn't remember her name. Look at that, I'm level 39, about to level up. So yeah, that radium rifle, it's kind of an annoyance to use, but it's kind of cool at the same time. It really depends on what version you end up picking up off the enemies, and what mods you add to it or take off of it, whether or not if it's going to be a good weapon. But I have not had any good luck picking one of those up. Because every time I picked one up, it's been like one shot reload. Yeah. It's not semi-auto in any way. Well, the ones I picked up weren't, and they also didn't do much damage either. So, hello, Miss.
Poor old Grandpa George. Torn apart by a fog crawler. The island hasn't got a shred of decency.
Grandpa George can rest in peace. The fog crawler is dead.
Wonderful. That's another chapter successfully concluded. You truly are the heroic Avenger I hoped you were. With that fog crawler gone, we can send some folks up there to get the place ready for you. That's right. The farm is yours. Your own little piece of the island. It'll take work to get it up and running again, but you'll have help. And here's another 200 caps in gratitude for your service to the great Dalton lineage.
You're welcome, man.
Really, it's no trouble.
Well, I hope you know how much it means to me that Grandpa George can finally rest in peace. Now, I don't have to tell you that the bonds of blood and family are strong as any a person can know. But if you ask me, the strongest among them is the bond that exists between two married people. That's why the last part of this tale is the hardest one for me to tell.
Believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
If that's true, then I'm sorry to hear it. Perhaps we'll confront our pain together. My late husband, Daniel, was the best fisherman this island ever saw. He and his crew had a favorite fishing spot out by Brooks Head Lighthouse. One day, a day I'll never forget, I see Danny's boat pulling up with his crewmen all shouting and carrying on. Turns out some trappers moved into the lighthouse. No doubt because the island told them to. They're all crazier than a bag of mole rats. Their leader was having a little target practice. Shot Danny right between the eyes. Killed him, just like that. You go and get that son of a bitch. You make him pay for doing the island's bidding.
I'll make that trapper pay.
All right, then. Remember, trappers may be half crazy from the fog, but they still know how to use a gun.
Alright, now I'm gonna go pick up a quest from the Mariner.
What are you looking at?
I don't know yet.
Don't let the island catch you off guard. Buy my guns.
Ask me what I'm looking at.
Those tools you found are a joy to work with. It gave me this idea. A cargo freighter founded ages ago, to the south. With a bit of arc welding and some elbow grease, the hull could be reinforced to be sturdy. Fierce. Best to do it soon. Before... well, soon.
One cargo freighter coming up.
The island should never be underestimated. The ship's the MS Azalea. Expect trappers, mean ones. Once you mop the decks with them, I'll send my crew over. Best of luck.
Alright, so one thing to know about Hull Breach 2. Oh, this ship is...
Bait shop's got it.
I will probably die a few times trying to take this ship over from the trappers. Because these guys are not any fun to deal with. Here's the... there's the trapper leader at the lighthouse, way over there. And here's the MS Azalea, so I will go all the way here to the MS Azalea first. I'm going to go to data, and I will mark the MS Azalea with my marker. Place a marker. Yes. So I'm going to be going towards the MS Azalea first. And when I get there, before I start fighting the trappers, I'm going to save my game. Because, yeah, it's going to be wise to save. And here is a, there's a crazy place full of ghouls. And
What's that?
Look who it is.
I just leveled up. So I'm going to hold triangle to open up my perk chart. And what do I want to use? I don't really use melee weapons. So I will go with science needs a intelligence of 6. Okay, so I will raise my intelligence. Make me kinda smart, yay. Alright. Usually when you hear the music playing like that, like the main theme song, it means there's a huge fight about to happen and there's tons of enemies after you. Good thing I got out of there. No, I'm not gonna risk it. I was thinking about going in that building there. And that house has trappers in it as well. I'm just gonna avoid the trappers for now. So yeah, here we go to onward to the MS Azalea. Really hoping I don't end up finding, well, I hope I don't have to fight a bunch of huge boss or large enemies. Gulpers, anglers, chameleon deathclaws, or suicidal super mutant suiciders, because those guys run around with a mini nuke in their hand and they slam it down and blow you up and kill you instantly when they get to you. Oh crap. There's an angler over there. And yeah, these things, they spit radiation at you. I think it does radiation, poison, and regular poison too.
Yes, we're not alone.
Oh great, there's a legendary albino one here. Oh crap, I just found the mother of all death. Too many enemies. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Alright, I got away from them. Alright. I think I got away from them. I'm gonna go ahead and use one right away to lower my radiation and use a... Oh, crap. And yeah, Mirelurk shells make most projectiles. Holy crapola! The car blew up. This is pretty scary stuff. Alright, and I do not see Nick Valentine anywhere. I wonder if he's still following me. Who knows? And here we go. Well, I made it to the MS Azalea, and right now I'm going to go ahead and save my game. And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream right here. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and end... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream right here. And I'll start the stream back up after my cigarette break, and you'll see me either successfully complete or you'll see me fail the MS Azalea. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time, Bye.